What is up guys, your boy Mickey here, and today I'm bringing you guys another video on the MK1 MX5 restoration project. But before we get into the video, I just want to hope everyone had a lovely Easter. Easter was today, but the video is going to come out tomorrow. Hope everyone had a blessed Easter, spent it with family and friends, got drunk, ate loads of food, all that good stuff. Anyway, back to the video guys. Today's video is just a few bits and bobs we've done on the car in the last 2 weeks. And I'm finally at the point where I can literally say we're making big progress, because before we were just removing parts and cleaning it, and I haven't put nothing back on a car, but we finally started putting the rear subframe, all the painted components back onto the car, the bush is on, and it's looking amazing. But in today's video guys, it's going to be evolving around the fuel pump. So we change the fuel pump. If anyone has any issues, make sure you guys carry on watching. We remove the fuel tank, we clean underneath the car, remove all the rust or the grime, and then we also prime it and add sealant. So if anyone wants to follow our steps, please do. Cheap, amazing alternative, and let's just get straight into it. So guys, as you guys can see, we're inside the Mazda, and sorry, this car is so small. We finished removing the top panel of the fuel pump, and it is rusted to death. So this is literally going to skip. As you guys can see over here, you've got to remove the carpet, the top panel, then this is your fuel pump over here. What you have to do is you have to disconnect this wire over here, remove these two pipes, and remove all the little small screws and bolts around holding the fuel pump in. Once you've done that, just make sure your area around the fuel pump is clean. Then you can remove the lids and your fuel pump should be inside. I'm going to show you guys how it's done. So guys, as you can see, we have the new fuel for the pump here and the new fuel pump, and also the whole unit is out. So as you can see as well, this is all ripped. That's why I highly recommend, even if yours is working, maybe change it, because this prevents any grime and basically stuff from blocking your fuel pump. So what we're going to do is we're going to be removing it from over here, and also removing the screw underneath, and that will literally remove the whole fuel pump, also the connector, and literally the same process, just put it back in and install it back into the car. So we finally finished installing the new pump onto the unit. As you can see, we had to make a small little modification with a piece of metal wire, as this one was bigger and it had like a little parallel drop in the bottom, and this one's a bit more lined up. But apart from that, it's all good and it's ready to install in the car. We're about to install the pump, but just make sure the unit is correct. So just follow the screws and just make sure the inlets were the same position as you removed it. But quick, just a bit of information guys, I didn't know. As you can see, it looks like my tank is empty, but if you go deeper in, the one side of the tank goes further down than the other. So this side, the higher end, that's my fuel tank. The deeper end is at the reserve fuel, so where the light turns on. So how this works, this mechanism stays up when the fuel tank's full, and when it hits rock bottom, it'll be resting on this piece of metal over here, and that's when your reserve light turns on. I didn't know about that. And then that tiny bit of fuel I have left is the reserve fuel, probably like a quarter tank, isn't it? I think it's less, maybe 5 liters. Maybe 5 liters. So at least I know I got around 5 liters of fuel. How? I bought about 15 liters. I think I'm losing fuel. Anyway, one on the shed for. Oh yeah, we're about to install this now guys, and I'll demonstrate how it goes in.
I have to play around a bit sometimes to make sure.
This is so dangerous the way you're doing it as well, because we have so much rust around. Just make sure you guys clean the whole area. Just looking at it now, I have so much rust around. Also, we have a leak somewhere guys. I don't know if it's from the zip, but I don't know why this is all rusty. So for sure, water must have been getting in. So if there's any common leaks that I'm not aware of, please, drop a little comment and let me know. As you can see, just playing around, trying to get the right position.
Yes, that's
right
it.
Position. Yep, that is the right position.
For the screws.
Yeah, we've got all the small screws.
You can see the pipes, one is long, one shorter, so
yeah,
go longer there, shorter here.
Exactly. What's this over here?
This is another pipe. I think maybe is a breather.
A breather.
Tank, maybe.
Probably.
Sure.
Maybe here's a filter or something. I don't know about that. Apart from that, guys, we're going to put everything on, and then now we're going to drop the whole fuel tank. So we finally finished installing the unit and the fuel pump. And just a heads up, guys, you have to be very careful with these screws because they're really small. And if you don't get them in the right position, I think the fuel pump is touching in the tank below. If you don't get in the right position, you're going to end up damaging the thread because you're just about able to screw them in. So if it's not in the right position and you screw one too much and the other, I think you have to gently screw them all in one by one.
Is that how to see what it cuts?
Yeah, because if not, you're going to end up damaging your thread, and
There's no overtight. So
and you're going to have to end up putting loads of silicone or something or rethreading it. So just a quick heads up, guys.
It's damaged, and there's like a gap between something. There's going to be a lot of smell of petrol and so on.
Oh yeah, you're going to be like,
How to be sealed.
Please stop use that. Have you got any weed? No, petrol. Petrol. So now we're removing the petrol tank, guys, and we've already opened the fuel cap. We've removed the inlet where all the fuel goes into the tank. That's really important, you have to remove that. So to remove that, you just have to remove the cap. There's 4 bolts and a bracket's attached over here. Then there's a few brackets on these pipes over here. You just got to remove them. And the reason why we have to remove them is because obviously you can't remove the tank without removing these, because everything has to slide inwards. So the tank only has 1 bolt on it now. All of these are removed, so now it should slide out. So as you can see, the tank is out and it doesn't look too bad. What we're going to do is just try to clean it all a bit. As you can see, there's a bit of rust here. Just give it all a good clean, and also just try to clean the car underneath as well. To be honest, underneath the car doesn't look too bad. Wow, it's actually really clean, Dad. Oh yeah. But we're going to clean everything, paint it, primer, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Hopefully start painting everything so we can put everything back. So as you can see, the rear bumper has been removed. The last few hours we've been spending it just removing all the rust underneath the car, and now I've got my anti-rust, just dark grey metallic paint, literally just to prevent any corrosion, and that's going to be the first layer we're going to use. I've got an old brush and I'm just going to start coating the whole rear bumper and as much as we can today before it gets dark. So unfortunately I haven't been recording all the steps, guys, but as you can see, the car is pretty much all getting, it's so hard to see with this, like the sunlight hitting, but it's all pretty much been covered in primer, in dark grey primer, and it is looking really good. There is still quite a few gaps, but for sure we're going to finish primering the car today. Let's go. So guys, we've finally finished painting pretty much all of the rear end of the car with primer, and honestly, just some good paint, man. This dries really fast, and we've got the undersill, and there's no need to put it here, but I don't know, we're just excited, so we're just gonna start painting everywhere with undersill. We've got loads of undersill, so why not? Honestly, we show as well underneath the car, it looks really good.
Take the phone.
I'm really liking the colour as well. Pretty much the whole car's been done with the first coat of primer, and there's the undersill we sprayed a bit, and it's looking really good. Just let me know what you guys think. Drop down a little comment. I was spraying some undersill right now, and it wasn't too expensive as well. Jeez, it's looking good. It's looking way better, way better. But we've just realised as well, we have quite a few rust spots that fixed in the front, so we're going to have to sort that out maybe next week. but for the rear end of the car, it is nearly all complete.